You gotta have a cord that's an Apple cord. Don't ever use. I learned the hard way. Don't ever pause. Don't ever use a cord that ain't Apple for them iPhones, or it will kill that battery, and you got to replace the internal battery, and that costs money. It's an internal battery in that motherfucker. You probably need to upgrade your phone. It sounds like you need to upgrade. Probably. How long you had it? What is it? Which one you got for you? Don't tell me you got a 6, motherfucker. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. Oh yeah, you still behind, nigga. It's a 10 out now. You ain't got the 8. You got the 8, the 7. I mean the 9. I mean the 10. You got to go to 8 or the X, man. One of the other fees. You got to upgrade. Can't hold on to that old shit forever, man. Go and tell them people, because the charger, you know, those iPhones are set for so many charges fees, and then after a while they'll go bad because they want you to get a new iPhone within a certain amount of time. That's why they make them only last a certain amount. And I know you probably on that plan where you can upgrade every year, motherfucker. You stop being cheap. Oh, well, Apple got their own plan though. If you got what company you with? Yeah, Verizon, they got the iPhone Forever plan. You need to check with them again, yo. They probably updated that by now, fees.
Everything you just said, for me, is scary right. I am with you up to this point. I believe Tom Brady is up against it Sunday in your former hometown of Atlanta. And I believe that on paper, the Rams are clearly the better overall football team than the Patriots. And that's why the most respected odds maker in the game, the guy who heads up Bet Chris, on the Sunday night of the championship games, leaned toward his power ranking, which said the Rams were 3.5 points better on a neutral field than the Patriots. And that's given that they, the experience is obviously still on the Patriots side with Brady and Belichick. But he was fearful of opening at 3.5. He tried 1.5, and all of a sudden it got bet wildly the other way, all the way to Patriots by 2.5, just because I believe of the fear of that guy, number 12, who resides in Foxborough. But to me, I'm going to say this one last time ahead of this game. This is the worst supporting cast Tom Brady has ever taken to a Super Bowl. Tom Brady does obviously not have a Brandon Cooks. He had him last year, and then Belichick traded him away. And obviously, he didn't have him for much of the game last year when he threw for 505, because Brandon Cooks in the first quarter left with a concussion. But this year, Tom Brady has no Robert Woods. He is the Rams' leading receiver, and I think the most dangerous threat on the field. And I'm not sure how the Patriots are going to be able to cover Robert Woods. And I don't think – go ahead.
Skip, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you say this is Brady's least talented supporting cast, are you just comparing it to the Rams, or are you comparing it to some of his other offensive teams that he's taken to the Super Bowl?
All the way.
Because I can make the case that this offense is better than the first one that he took.
Yeah, but this defense has nothing in common with that first defense.
No question.
So I'm talking about the whole. I'm talking about the across the board.
Yo, feed you good, bro.
Because we even go to tight end.
He off the mic right now. He'll be right back. Pause.
Including the defense in this discussion.
Oh, okay,
but again, when I look at Everett and Tyler Higbee, just combined, they're better than Gronk. I know Gronk had a couple.
Y'all running it up on the tools though, bro?
Nah, not right now. He in his career. He trying to show me a play in my playbook.
From him Sunday.
I think his mom called him.
It's still basically the same defense that gave up 41 points to the backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles in last year's Super Bowl. Basically, it is. And it's definitely the same defense that in the fourth quarter gave up 24 points to a Patrick Mahomes boy, your guy, who had the ball for a grand total of 3 minutes in that fourth quarter of the AFC Championship game in Kansas City. 24 points in 3 minutes. That's pretty scary.
Cutter.
And that kid, that undrafted rookie who's now starting opposite Stephon Gilmore at corner, you want to talk about where's Waldo? Sean McVay is going to be playing where's Waldo all day. Where is J.C. Jackson? Is he going to be singled up occasionally? And Robert Woods, trust me, they will go after him all day, because in the end, the Chiefs finally started going after J.C. Jackson. And you remember the one drive when he had the 2 penalties and was consistently beaten on that drive.
And he gave it a big catch across the middle.
Yeah. And then remember what happened in the NFC Championship game. Jared Goff loves Brandon Cooks. He threw him 7 balls, and he caught 7 for 104 against the Saints, who are pretty good on defense. The Saints are better on defense than New England is, to me. And then, obviously, speaking of being up against it, you know Wade Phillips very well. I know him pretty well. Can I go all the way to kryptonite? Has he been Brady's kryptonite? I know Tom's had his way occasionally against Wade, but Wade's done some numbers, some sort of Rex Ryan-like numbers on Tom Brady. And I hark back to the last playoff loss for Tom Brady was at Denver in that 2015. Obviously, that I'm talking about ahead of the Super Bowl. Last time they didn't get to the Super Bowl, and they were all over Brady. He got hit 17 times in that game. As you pointed out earlier this week, they pushed the pocket with, who was it, Malik Jackson and
Derek Wolfe inside.
Derek Wolfe inside, and now you've got two of the greatest pocket pushers in the game, the two best, in Donald and Sue. And what did Wade Phillips say? Well, then I was able to get all kinds of pressure, looping pressure with my edge rushers, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, and they had great corners. And Tom Brady had a long, hard day that day. He had a QBR grand total of 37, scale of 0 to 100. He was throwing into the end zone at the end of the game on a 2-point conversion try that failed to tie the game at 20-20. So it took that much of a defensive effort just to keep the game, put you in a 20-18 advantage. But Tom Brady said on Monday night, this is the best D-line in pro football, and it is, that he's going up against. And he said these are 2 of the best interceptors in the history of pro football, and they just are. Talib and Marcus Peters